Hello, this is Kirk coming at you with another Monster Hunter Wilds video. Today we're going to be talking about if your computer can handle the game as it stands right now. Now, to let you know ahead of time, these are my specs. My CPU is an AMD Ryzen 9 5900X. Well, the box actually says a 5950. I don't understand why it's not actually coming up as a 5950X instead of a 5900. But regardless, I do have 32 gigs of RAM, a NVIDIA GeForce RXT 3060, and you can obviously see everything else. I do have enough space. The problem is can my graphics card keep up? I do. Up in the top left hand corner, you can see that I do have my GPU temperature percentage and megahertz. I also have my frame rate going. I'm running at a 27 frames per second as of right now. I have had it up to 60, but I am running on custom as of right now and with upscaling disabled. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start out on the lowest settings, and we're going to go ahead and enable NVIDIA DLSS. And then we're going to go to the waypoint that I have preset right now. You can tell it looks a little bit choppy as it stands. So let's go ahead and go to the preset location I got set. And we can get some Brawlhalla tracks here. As you can tell, it doesn't look horrible as it stands. Now let's turn DLSS off. To me, it looks a little more choppy now. And on the lowest settings. Disable. Okay, let's go to AMD scaling. All right, so it still doesn't look horrible, I guess. Oh man, this is right out in the open too. But you don't get the detail in the background. I am running close to 60 frames per second as of right now, but not a lot's going on. Now I'm dipping down to about 45 frames per second.
Some materials too. Check your secrets pouch.
Okay, let's go ahead and put DLSS back on. See if that helps out any. That helps out some, but you can tell in the background that the rocks, the mountain cliffs, are still kind of blurred out. And I'm running 51 frames per second. Now, let's go ahead and move up to low. I do have my custom settings already set, and it is towards the high version, and I've rendered it a little bit myself. So
I'll just hop over.
We're doing DLSS on. Let's go ahead and set another pre location. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. Set waypoint. That way we can mess around with it as the graphics are going by. Bye bye, Brawlhalla.
Over here, come on.
We're on low settings. DLSS on. We're on ultra performance. Let's go to quality. See, already I changed it from Darshaguma, but I turned performance off and turned quality on. Yes, it did take up some of my frames, but it's already looking a little bit better. Let's go ahead and set up a camp here while we're here. Let's see. How do we set up a camp? Oh. No. Don't want to do that. Okay, so, okay, here we go. Set up camp.
Let's take a
Yes. Okay, we set our waypoint, we set up a camp, and this is how it looks as far as
I put away
right
the
now.
materials we found. I found a bunch too.
Now, let's go ahead and change the settings one more time. Let's go from low to medium, leaving DLSS on. It's already starting to look a little bit better. I'm still running 30 frames per second, 30 to 29. But regardless, now if I turn DLS off, I do dip down to about, 27 frames per second.
My whiskers are tingling. Weather's changing.
But let's go ahead and go from, we already saw 1-inch stream. Let's go ahead and go to the next. Medium to ultra. Let's go ahead and enable DLSS. And let's go for quality.
It's getting increasingly worse. Exercise caution.
Okay, so now the camera seems a little sloppy to me. We're running about 19 frames per second. It seems kind of stuttery. Hard to look at.
The terrain here
But that's
looks
on
like an
ultra.
actual trap.
Let's go back down to high. That there looks like crap. Let's go to DLSS. Let's do balanced. Sorry, buddy. You're in its turn.
The lightning has the mapped
That's
off.
my whiskers.
Use them as a trap.
Okay, so we're at 34 frames per second right now, and that is with DLSS on. So let's go to turning it off, disabled. then we're probably going to have to suffer through this storm. That is gorgeous as it stands right now, in my opinion. Let's see here. Options. I do have FXAA plus TAA turned on as of right now. I can just turn on TAA. It does make it look a little bit better. Of course, these settings are not able to be initiated if you're using upscaling, like NVIDIA DLSS, or if you have AMD, which I'm thinking about getting, but I don't like the way our character looks on this. It doesn't look as smooth to me, is the right word I'm trying to say. So, for me, personally, yeah, it's already set on my custom. I go to my high settings and I do a balanced and I turn DLSS off. To me, that looks a lot better. So, in the hints, I do not have the best PC. I do have last generation, almost 2 generations ago, CPU. My GPU is a 3060, which is not the greatest. I'd be better if I had a 3070 or a 3090. But at the time when I got this card, it was already almost $1,000 because it was during the issue where we couldn't really go outside and there was a shortage on graphics cards. So everybody could price them the way they wanted. So, and nowadays, a 4090 is about $2,000, and a 4080 is about $1,000, maybe a little bit over. A 4070 would be a good example of a budget GPU, but as you can tell, my 3060 is running it just fine on some lower settings. So can your PC run it? I would say yes. For the recommended settings, it can run it. Does it look the best it could be? No, it does not. But you would still be able to play it. If you have a PC, you don't have to. If you already have a PC, you don't have to go out and buy a PlayStation 5. But if you already have a PlayStation 5, you would probably be better just to stay on it, unless you're really wanting to move to PC. To build a PC that would be able to play the game, even today's prices,
That might be a good place to
you
set up
would not even be able to get a 1070 for any less than 300, unless you get one that was used as mining, which may or may not hold up. You want to make sure if you're getting a second-hand GPU that it is in good condition and you know it's running ahead of time. Hence, Jay's 2 Cents has a lot of videos out there on that discussing the pros and cons of second-hand GPUs. But regardless, as of right now, yes, it could use some improvement on the settings and the fidelity. But can you still run it? The answer at the end of the day is yes. You can still run it, even on a machine that is considered a potato nowadays. Mine is close to a potato, and I can still run it on high settings. So, if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment down below discussing anything I may or may not have missed. Anything I may have missed. And please tune in to my live streams for Monster Hunter Wilds Beta and any future videos in February regarding Monster Hunter Wilds or anything else I might be stripping that you might want to watch. But until next time, y'all have a good day. I hope this helps out a little bit. And until next time, stay safe and happy hunting.